vertical light. Yeah, does that. Oh, content here. Let's mark as 50. The count, anything else that we need to add in there? Image size 400 by 400, which is that. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do here is just because I don't really need that border. I'm just gonna add the text in there. But then they are, I see the overlay is kind of killing the whole blocky thing here, right? So what I'm gonna do here is, can I scale that? It's kind of like this. I'm gonna make sure that this size here, I think I'm gonna change that to, just gonna start to get, I'm gonna remove this and put a canvas in there so we can actually work with a better way. So I'm just gonna put a canvas, I'm gonna put this here, and there we go. So what I'm gonna do here, guys, is just gonna use, instead of using this, I'm just gonna use a canvas. So with a canvas, we can actually anchor this on the middle, make sure they align here. It's just a quick way to do that. I think we can actually fit that to this size for now, right? And for the text, I am gonna align that here. Why did it reset it? I shouldn't have reset that. Let me just scale that back again. Let me add that slot size here. So the position, we put 0, 0. Let's put 200, the position here. There you go. 200 by 200. I think that's too much. 150 by 150. And the text block will be aligned on a position 0 of 0. And we're going to put this alignment 0.5. 0.5. The size, we're going to put like something like 10. Yeah. And then that blocky thing, we can actually maybe align that like here. That's fine. It's gonna make it like this. So let's say this is gonna be like 11. All I want to do now as well is in here, I'm just gonna right click and wrap with a border, right? This is going to be aligned on the middle, and the border will be aligned on the anchor here. Let's put 0, 0, and size to fit the content, right? And this, I think we can just make sure that it aligns in there. Let me just move that here. Now I'll just put that here. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. Oh yeah, we need to make this size bigger. So I'm gonna search inside the text in there something called outline. Let's make it 2 so you can see the number. Make sure it's center. Let's put the size something like, yeah, 22 I think is too much. Let's put 10, too small, 15. Yeah, 15 will do. That's fine. Right. And now what I want to do here, I think the border for now, we're going to make it so is, let's change the opacity. Something like that. Let's make sure that this is gray or something. Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry. I need to change the color of this. Something like this. Cool. So we kind of have like a little nice inventory slot there. So I'm just gonna delete the old slot that I did there. So we have one. I'm just gonna make sure that this slot's the first one. Oh, 0, right? I'm gonna just I think this is too small. I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's press play and see how we can actually see that slot size. Yeah, I think that's quite small. Yeah, let me just increase that size a little bit. So a lot of this UI thing is just try and error. There's a lot of things that it may look good here, but you kind of have to make sure that when you play, you see, oh, I can clearly see that the item is there and things like this. Right, cool. So we got the item there, which is nice. Right now, we're gonna just create the slots then. Right. So once again, guys, if you go a little bit confusing doing this, just go back and rewatch step by step. But basically, you just create a grid with some size box, scale box, canvas, and things. Just creating our own style. You don't have to do exactly like this, but but we do need to use the grid structure. So because in the future we're going to be using the grid, so we can actually build our inventory. But you can go ahead and play around, make this there or something like this, whatever you want. But for now, for me, that looks okay. It's not going to be too much anyway. It's just you can always refactor this in the future. Right. Cool. So right now with this UI done, to wrap up this video so we can finish this, I'm not going to do the grid part yet, but I'm going to do the parts where we can show and hide the menu, right? So to do that, I'm going to go here, I'm going to browse to where is the inventory here. I'm going to right click, I'm going to create a new folder called inventory main, yep. And then in here, I'm going to right click that and I'm going to go to user blueprint interface, right? I'm going to create as a user widget, WBP, and I'm going to call this inventory main, right? Open up that. I am going to right click this guy here. I'm going to copy. I'm going to go here and I'm going to press paste, right? Compile and save, right? One thing I want to do here is in the custom size, just make sure you make it, how much we do here, how much it was, 500 by 800. So let's make the same thing. So it's 500 by 800, so we can actually see what we're working with, right? Compile and save. Now on here, we can delete that. Don't worry, just press delete in here, compile and save. Now what I'm gonna do here is, what I want to do is when the player press tab, I want to open the inventory, and also I want to make sure that we can use the mouse, right? So to do that, with that thing done here, which is nice, we're going to go to content, we're going to go to main component, blueprints here, the blueprint inventory, and we also gonna go here where is the player controller, player character and the player controller here, right? And what we're gonna do here on the player controller, we're gonna go here to the file, we're gonna go to edit project settings, right? We're gonna add a new input which is gonna be called inventory. So we're gonna go to input, and the same as we did before, it's called interact. We're just gonna add a new one and call inventory, and this we're gonna press game, it's gonna be tab, there you go, tab, there you go, nice. You could change to whatever you like, just like to use tab. And now here on the player controller, what we can actually do here is right clicking here, we can create here inventory. Let's see if we can actually see. Why is not coming up in here? Key inventory. There we go. Action events. Right. And what I'm going to be doing here is on the inventory. I'm going to go to the event graph, and I'm going to create action in here that will open and close that inventory based on whatever information you want. So I'm going to create a custom event, and I'm going to call open main inventory UI. Make sure you put UI in there so you know what it is. I'm just going to call capital UI, and I am going to create another one called close main inventory UI. Yeah, just right clicking here, custom event. You add main inventory, open main inventory UI, close main inventory UI. Nice. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna create another variable and say inventory open is inventory open, right? Just make it public. I think we can actually access this from other places. So when you open the main inventory, you just want to make sure that's false. When you close, make sure it's false. When it's open, make sure it's true, right? Now we have to make sure that we actually open up the inventory, right? So to do that, we're gonna go back to the main inventory here. Yeah, the main one that has the log and things like this. And then in here, what we can actually do here is, let me just think about it. I think we can just, we don't need to do anything in there. We can do everything here straight away. That'll be fine. Is we're gonna get the inventory widget. We're gonna bring it there, right? And what I want to do here is in this main inventory, I want to basically spawn that window in here so we can move it around after, right? So I want to make sure that window comes in here so we can actually move the inventory around the player. Right, so to do that, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create two methods in there. So I'm going to create a custom event, and I'm going to call this open main inventory UI. Same thing, but this time we're going to be calling this inside the inventory. I'm going to copy and paste this again, and I'm going to call this close main inventory UI. Right, nice. Put in here, nice. So then what we're going to do here is we're going to get this, we're going to create a widget. Yeah. The widget we want to create is this guy here, the main inventory here, which is located inside the UI and inventory main. Let's go back in here.